Okay.
audience is yours. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. How are you doing, Bolivia? It's very nice to meet you. I've been waiting for this so much. We were supposed to be on another time, but it got postponed, unfortunately. So, but today I'm with you. I have prepared a lot of things for you to talk about Egypt and what are you guys going to do in Egypt? Um, I think and maybe not all of you know about Egypt that much, just camels and desert and stuff like that. So I'm going to talk about Egypt elaborately, especially tourism, and I'm going to talk about Isaac in Egypt and how we deal with our EPs. I'm going also to talk about the cost of living in Egypt. Okay, so I'm going to start right now. Okay, so first off, I'm going to talk about the fun part, the tourism part, the experience, the culture, the things that you're going to experience here. Okay, so first off, in Egypt we have so much, many types of tourism that you can encounter. One of them is medical tourism. For example, there are in Sinai and Siwa and Red Sea water and sulfur. We have sulfur water. All of these things are medical tourism. They can be prescribed for many patients, so that they can uh, just chill. You can be buried under the sand. Of course, your head will be over the sand. You guys can have so much benefits from it. You're going, special, and of course, you're going to have so much fun with it. Okay, second, our capital, Cairo. Okay, so Cairo has a lot of things and a lot of different places to visit. Okay, so Cairo Tower, Cairo Museum, the pyramids, Sphinx, Al Hussein, and you guys should know that Al Hussein and Al Azhar and all of these places, they have so much culture that is different from the pharaohs and the ancient Egyptians. It's not the same at all. It's so much different. It's we can talk about it as the modern history of Egypt. Not so long ago, like 1,000 year maximum. It started. Muhammad Ali was. It's not the boxer, of course. Another person. He was the king of Egypt. He did so many things in Egypt for its prosperity. That was just around 200 to 300 years ago. Um, you guys can also see in Egypt, Luxor, there are so much monasteries that you can visit to see how the architecture of ancient Egyptians, of course, the monuments and the writings. There are so many writings that you can see that still have their ink. It's preserved as it is. And there's also Aswan. If I'm going to talk about Aswan, I'm going to take maybe a whole day to talk about it. Aswan was a part of Sudan. It's a new culture. It's called the Nuba. People there are called Nubians. They have so much colorful and richful culture. Um, they are very kind people and very hospitable people. They like to talk and smile and do so many activities with tourists, especially. I'm not just talking people from outside Egypt, people from outside Aswan itself. They like to host them and talk to them. Okay, there are of course Hurghada and Sharm el-Sheikh. There are so many activities, diving, snorkeling. You can have diving courses there. You are going to be a certified diver. Um, uh, there are so many things to do. There is very, very great nightlife in there. Of course, the sea and the views. There you can do safari. You can do so much things. There is Dahab. You guys, I don't know if you heard about Dahab, but Dahab, there are so many people that live there in Dahab. They are not from Egypt. They just live there. They are outsiders, Germans or Russians or people from the United Kingdom. They come to Egypt just to live there for the rest of their life because they liked it. Okay, there is also Alexandria, the library there, the castles, the food, and I think if you're going to talk about Egypt, we love food so much. So we have so many kinds of food. The food there is really good. We have so much types of food, and the food is full of our culture. Uh, you guys can try you guys can try so many food. There is Indian food, there is Chinese food, there is Japanese food. There is so much kind of food, and it's actually really good. Okay, so we are finished talking about tourism, I guess. Okay, so let's get to talk about Isaac in Egypt and how we are going to host you guys. Okay, so Isaac in Egypt is globally ranked number two and regionally ranked number one in the Middle East and Africa region. Okay, so the last summer, 17-18, we did 4,230 39 realizations, outgoing and incoming, of course. Um, those are the people we hosted and the people the people that got from Egypt to another countries. So far in IGV, we hosted and or we are going to host 259 EPs. EPs are, I think you guys must already know that. Okay, in Egypt we have all the SDGs. The SDGs are Sustainable Development Goals. There are 14 of them. They are created by the United Nations. If anyone from Isaac talked to you, I guess he told you about that. In Egypt, we host all the SDGs. The SDGs, they have things like zero hunger, SDG that environment, uh, education, women empowerment, or gender equality, things like healthcare awareness, things like that. We in Egypt we host all the SDGs, but I'm going to talk about three in specific. They are our national projects. They are the project we are going to market this year mostly, but of course we have all the SDGs if you're looking for a specific thing. Of course, the first national project is Empower. Empower is a gender equality SDG. It talks about women empowerment and how women in Egypt should know that they have so much many rights, and that how in Egypt women does not have so many rights, and they should have more because um, they are segregated in our society. So helping them to know that all the rights they have, all the things um, that they should be taking, all the things that they should know about themselves, and the things that they have the right to in society, what to do if something bad to them happened. You're going to work with NGOs that directly uh, deal with women that have problems in Egypt and go on awareness campaigns to help the women in Egypt to know their to know their rights and have a better life. The second project is called Cure. Cure is a healthcare project. Um, the healthcare project, it's basically awareness. You're not going to do anything medical specific. You're going to be working with, of course, also NGOs that help in giving Egypt a better future by having a medically aware society. There are so many diseases in Egypt that we don't know about yet, and or the people does not are not aware with, and they don't know how to deal with. We have so many diseases that we are working on right now, like hepatitis C. The government is looking for hepatitis C free country by 2020. Diabetes, hypertension, AIDS, all of these, for example, of course. all of these diseases should be aware to the Egyptian society. So we are trying to do that much. The third project is Enlighten. It's a teaching opportunity or educational SDG. This SDG, you're going to teach mainly children other languages than Arabic, of course. You're going to teach them English, or of course, for Bolivia, it is Spanish. We have all the languages. If you guys want, if you have any experience in any other language, German, French, and so on. We have all the languages. Of course, I think in Egypt we are considered a third world country, and these three projects, if you applied for them, you're going to help the Egyptian society so much, and you don't know how much impact and how much any difference you're going to make in teaching those children. So many exchange participants came to Egypt and made so much differences in the society. There are people that still get letters from people that they had changed their life. There are people that still wants to come to Egypt again and change the society. There are so much that you can do in Egypt other than having fun. You can change the world into being a better place. Okay, so regarding the expenses, the cost life in Egypt is not very high. I mean, the one Boliviano, the Bolivian currency is 2.5 Egyptian pounds, which I think is you guys, your currency is higher than us. It's 2.5 times our currency. So the cost life in Egypt is not going. I think is not going to be so much for you. Um, I think a fair amount, a fair estimate of how much you're going to need in Egypt is $500. Of course, excluding the flight ticket. Um, and this $500 is including the TN fees, which is mostly $100 for most of the project in Egypt, except Explore Project. Explore Project is is a project where you explore Egypt and provide support to the tourism in Egypt. You guys just travel throughout Egypt and make something like a blog or a Facebook page or a website so that you can post pictures and things that you did in Egypt and talk about it, and posts and captions and stuff like that. Um, okay, so as I said, the $500 is a fair amount. You guys are going to have the opportunity to visit so many places and get get the full Egyptian cultures, of course, buying souvenirs from El Hussein. That's a place, so, as I said, is so much rich with culture and so much rich um, with souvenirs and stuff to buy, like small monuments. Of course, they are not real; they are made with plastic. Um, and like traditional clothes. Okay, so I mean, that's not, of course, all I can talk about Egypt. I can tell you that Isaac in Egypt will try as much as possible to provide you guys with a comforting place to sit in. They are going to help you. There are supposed to be airport pickups. There's supposed to be someone taking you to work on the first day, and will be helping you throughout your journey. Uh, the NGOs we deal with are supposed to be people. Most of the NGOs that we are dealing with right now have been dealing with EPs for a long time with most of the LCs. Um, we are trying to work or on value delivery and the customer experience so that we can give you guys so much things to have fun and not to worry about. of course, the experience is going to be challenging um, as every experience. There might be some problems, but we are going to be there with you guys to fix it and to give you guys guidance through your journey. Okay, so I guess that's it. That's it. All I can talk about on Egypt. I don't know if you guys have any questions, but if the Camillo is here and he have any questions and things he wants me to talk about, he can ask me.
Okay,
Hey,
Ahmed.
Camillo.
Hey, I'm
Okay,
here.
okay,
I'm here. So we're going to give 3 minutes if the people they have any question,
okay,
and then to answer them. Even this conversation is going to be in the YouTube channel. So if anyone has any question or something, they can watch the video too, or they can contact you. Okay, so now
okay,
I'm going to say it in Spanish. Ok, si alguna persona tiene dudas, tiene alguna pregunta sobre los proyectos que tenemos en Egipto, entonces con mucho gusto pues recibimos las preguntas, pueden escribirlo también por los grupos de WhatsApp o bueno, por cualquier canal, ya sea directamente a mí o bueno, como sea, no hay problema, vamos a dar 3 minutos para que hagan sus preguntas y pues de ahí ya podremos continuar. ¿Listo? Entonces vamos a esperar 3 minutos. Okay, so we are going to wait 3 minutes and yeah, for the questions.
okay. I'm waiting for you guys.
Okay, so here we have the first question, Ahmed. People they are asking about how is the selection, the process selection for the EPs. Hi, Ahmed. Yes, sir.
Okay,
Hey,
I'm here.
they are asking about how is the selection process of the EPs for ISEC in Egypt.
Okay, so the selection process is very easy. There is you're going to apply on the project, and someone from Isaac in Egypt is going to contact you, and then there is going to be an interview. This interview is just it's not going to be hard any. It's just chatting. They are going to talk about the project you are applying on. They are going to set expectations with you, and if you are accepted based on the interview, um, then you are accepted. It's not a very hard interview, and it's just 15 minutes of talking with you guys to see if you are interested enough and your English is going to be good to deal with everyone in Egypt or not. So that's it.
Okay, thank you. And here is the second question: is like how often do you have meetings with the EP during the realization?
Okay, so a meeting with the EP, there is reception and services team. It's going to be the reception and services teams in Egypt are responsible for the EPs. They are responsible for the outings. They are responsible for the trips. So they are going to be with you guys on a regular basis, and they are going to be responsible also for the accommodation of you guys. So they might be visiting you. They might be on outings with you. So I guess there are a lot of meetings with the EP if we are talking about the RNS team.
Okay, thank you. So we're waiting for more questions. So just keep there, and then
Okay,
we're
I'm
going
here.
to check the
Okay.
questions.
Okay.
Okay, here there is another question. Is like, is there another like a preparation before the EP goes there, or like something in special that they need to know before taking the internship?
Okay, so there is before going to Egypt, there is a preparation meeting. Of course, you're going to be talking with someone from Valley Delivery for your invitation letter and the time of your arrival and your flight ticket if it's reserved or not, and your medical insurance. And when you come to Egypt, there is an IPS. IPS is uh, incoming preparation seminar. It doesn't have to be a conference. Someone from Isaac in Egypt will be there with you and give you some tips, do's and don'ts in Egypt, um, tips about what to do in Egypt, if you're lost, what to do, if you have if you want to contact someone, what to do, if you want to, for example, يعني be connected to internet, what to do, the places that you are going to visit regularly, like the NGO you're going to, he's going to talk about he's going to talk about it, um, and finally he's going to give you some tips about Egypt, يعني what the people like, what they don't like. That's it. That's the IPS.
Okay, super. So here we have another question is like, if for the projects that you have like more design for architecture or graphic design, do you ask like for like a, I don't know how to like a booklet, like how is the job that they are doing before, or like a something like a, I forgot, like a web page like of their previous job with the graphic design or architecture?
Could you repeat the question? I mean, يعني what are they asking or what are they talking about?
Yeah,
يعني,
that do you like for the projects that you have like for architecture or graphic design, if you ask for like a booklet or something about their previous
mm,
job during the
okay,
interview?
okay. So in global volunteering, we have graphic designers opportunities. Um, well, I think we do have booklets for that. The enabler or the NGO will ask about the CV, of course, but it's not as hard as global entrepreneur. I mean, mostly people get accepted, and they are there to help the NGO work on the designing and, of course, to learn a lot of things. I'm not sure if there is architectural project in global volunteering, um, but I could ask for you guys, the MCVP, but I'm not very sure if there is architecture project in global volunteering or not. In global entrepreneurs or global talent, there is a project, but I'm a representative of global volunteering. The things that you need to know about the project, they ask about the CV, and the CV is presented to the enabler or the NGO, and if it's good enough for the qualification, the EP is accepted.
Okay, mister, thank you. So we say hello to Pamela, to Jael, to Oscar, all of them,
Okay,
they are
how are you
saying
guys?
hi.
Hi, okay.
Okay, okay. So we're going to wait 1 minute more if there are more questions, and then we continue. Okay,
Okay, cool.
1 minute more. They like for more questions.
Okay.
Okay, here is another question. They are asking if there are opportunities for next year, not just for this peak. They are asking if you have opportunities for the next summer.
Okay. So we do have project for the next summer. Isaac in Egypt are hosting people all year long, not just the winter peak. So yeah, we do have a project for the next summer.
Okay, super. So let's wait for more questions. Okay, they are asking like how much uh, does an EP spend during a week, like a normal way, a week.
Okay, so could you repeat the question? There was some kind of lag.
Don't worry. They are asking like how much money does an EP spend during a week, like
Okay, during a week.
like the budget. Uh-huh.
Okay, so well, normally I guess if the EP, يعني normal outings after their day and normal, outings in the weekends and food, I think is the EP is going to be spending around, I guess, 1,000 pounds, 1,000 to 1,500 pounds, which is around $90 to $100 per week.
Okay, thank you. So we wait 1 minute more. There are more questions, and then we continue. Okay,
Okay,
and
so
then
I asked my
uh-huh.
MCVP if there is architecture project in global volunteering, and there is. They are going to find it in the booklet. I'm going to send it for you guys. After this, I'm going to send it to Camelo, and he's going to send it to you guys.
Thank you so much. Okay, so we wait for more questions.
Okay.
Okay, there is another question. They are asking if there is a vaccine or like a special medicine before going to Egypt. So, like for example, when people comes to America, they have to take a special one that is vaccine, like for I don't know how to say that in English, fiebre amarilla, but it's okay. Like they're asking if they have to take a vaccine to go to Egypt.
Okay. Okay. So I don't think there is a specific vaccine or like an epidemic in Egypt right now. Like for example, there is some things that has to be taken when you are going to Africa, like malaria and stuff like that. We don't have that in Egypt, but they can ask. I'm going to ask for you guys because I'm not very sure, but I will ask for you guys. But I never heard that Egypt has a specific kind of vaccination. Okay, so if you can just give me a minute, I'm going to ask my vice president right now. So I asked for you guys, and she said that you should ask in your countries because يعني, I guess we don't know here or there's not something that we are famous for. يعني, at Egypt there is something that you go to a healthcare facility and you ask them, I want to take the مثلا the vaccinations or the medicines for Tanzania, for example, and they give it for you. So I don't know how things go there in Bolivia. But if I'm going to give you any tips, you shouldn't eat any street foods or drink water from a fountain in the street or something. I think that's it. If you guys going to take care, just take with you guys some medicine for your stomach. Um, for the colon and stuff like that, because the food in Egypt is a little bit heavy, so it's going to help you so much. I guess that's it, but there is no specific medicine or something that that you should take care of, or a disease.
Okay, okay. So we wait the last minute, and then if people you have any question, just tell us, and we're going to be here. Ok, chicos, vamos a esperar entonces el último minuto para cualquier pregunta que tengan. Por favor, escríbanla ya sea por los chats de WhatsApp o el chat de YouTube. Todos estamos súper atentos aquí para que podamos responder sus dudas frente a los proyectos con ISEC en Egipto. Ok, entonces un minuto más y ya con eso cerraríamos. Ok, so there are no more questions. Ok, entonces ya no tenemos más preguntas. Entonces, bueno, le voy a agradecer a Ahmed. Ahmed, thank you so much. This is really helpful for us, for all the people that wants to know about Egypt and the projects. And thank you so much. And that's all. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, so thank you guys for hosting me. I love you so much, so much. You guys, I hope you are all convinced with what I said, and I can see you soon in Egypt.
Okay, so
Okay.
thank you so much, Ahmed. And that's all, guys. So thank you so much. If you need something, don't forget, you can contact me, Ahmed, Carlos, our NSTIR. So we three are for you. And the idea is to make this partnership super big and give the best experiences and all the good completes that we want as an organization.
Okay, of
And
course.
all of this. Okay, so thank you so
Okay,
much, Ahmed, and that's
thank
all.
you.
Okay, chicos, muchísimas gracias. Este fue nuestro chat de Egypt Libia, de nuestra cooperación con Egipto. Ya saben, cualquier duda que tengan, pueden hablar conmigo, con Ahmed o con Carlos y nosotros con mucho gusto estaremos dispuestos a trabajar por esta cooperación, por entregar las mejores experiencias y porque realmente podamos desarrollar el liderazgo que buscamos tanto en Egipto como en Bolivia. ¿Ok? Entonces, muchas gracias y chao, chao.